Peace. This is the God Divine Understanding, born of law. I just got an email, so I'm going to build on what the email was building on. First, let's look at the degree. For there is none equal to Allah. Law being God. So if you look at a law, you can see arm, leg, arm, head, or understanding the culture, or you can also see God. So if you take it through mathematics, and you say arm, leg, arm, head, that'll born also 72 degrees. Then if you see God, that'll born wisdom equality, or it also show and prove build to destroy and understanding, or build to destroy. Actually, it's showing and prove and build to destroy. And build means add on to life, positive creation. Destroy means to know of, take that which is untruth and add light to the what? Knowledge. So now if you look at the law, it teaches equality, and equality is 110 degrees because equality itself borns knowledge added on to a what? Cipher. And then you would take that when you go to the next level. When you at that level, you would take knowledge added on to a cipher, and you would see the 110th degree and 120 lessons. And that would be in your actual facts, because what happens is you got the 1 to 10, you got the 1 to 36, you got the 1 to 14, you got the 1 to 40, you got the actual facts and the solar facts. So when you're going through 120 lessons, you'll see that mathematics, alphabets, and 12 Jews are not 120 lessons. 120 lessons is 1 to 10, 1 to 36, 1 to 14, 1 to 40 actual facts and solar facts. So if you was going through the 1 to 10, you would see that the 1 to 10 is the first degree, is also the first degree in 120 lessons. The same way as the 61st degree is also the first degree in the 1 to 40. You'll get an understanding of that as you travel in this and you develop this mathematics. Then it says, for Allah deals in equality with all creations. Right, that's kind of like self-explanatory, but you can like go through Genesis, and that'll explain how the Creator deals with equality in all creations, which the Creator shown and proven that's the original man, and the original man deals with himself in equality. And equality is also dealing with the earth, moon, tangible things. Matter is equality. Anything that takes up space in actuality is equality. Okay, then I'm going to go to the next degree. God being the seventh wonder of the ancient world. That's only going to show and prove 7. If you take 360 degrees and you divide it by 7, or you take 7 and divide it by 360 degrees, either way it's going to come out to be infinity. So that's dealing with that. Then if you say God is the law is the Godhead, and He's the creator of all things in existence, and He knew and understand the science behind God is man and Goddess is a woman, and that's shown and proven X and Y and X, which X and Y is genetics and chromosomes. In the original man's body, there exist 2 germs, a black germ and a brown germ, but that degree is a little harder for you to understand right now because you're not at that level. Not everybody who's listening to this, but the person who I'm really making this video for is not at that level, which might be gods who might not be at that degree yet. But when you look at the genetic code and you see inside a man's genetics, you will see that inside a man's genetics, he has the X gene and a Y chromosome and an X chromosome. When he gives a Y chromosome to the wisdom, myself, divine, cipher, master, and the active, save, equality, unknown, and they having a seed or a baby, she gives off an X chromosome each time. He gives off an X chromosome, it'll be a girl. If he gives off a Y chromosome, it'll be a boy. And that's why you'll see in the lessons it'll say something to the effect of the babies will be the best part of our what? Self. That's why the knowledge and understanding is air-like, and wisdom, myself, divine, cipher, master, is unlike yourself, because unlike attracting, air-like is repelling. So that being that she's a woman and she's unlike you for you being a man, that's the attraction, that magnetic attraction you feel when you seeing her and you saying, I'm feeling her, and you want to step to her. That's how you end up with the earth. God ended with the earth, or wisdom, myself, divine, cipher, master, or an equality, or the earth and the moon. And the 2 equalities is shown and proven. The 2 X's are the 2 equalities, earth and moon. And then you got the Why? The God knowledge on why, they got 3 points: knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You see what I'm saying? Right. So that's how that's dealing with. That's why in the end it says life. Then you got the universal builders, are the gods who build unity of the mind and their neurons or nerve cells and destroys art sinners in hell. Allah saved the gods and the earth from unknown destruction and reconstructed the most dynamic and powerful nation on the earth, because when the Father first came to the wilderness of North America in the form of W.D. Farad, and then he came and got one from among us, which was Elijah Muhammad. Then Elijah Muhammad was teaching wisdom, knowledge, and the Father came and showed him proof it was what? Knowledge, understanding. It was knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And he gave us the best part, which is the knowledge and the understanding. He came into the ghettos in the hood, and he was teaching on rooftops and cellars and in parks and the whole 9 yards. He turned the gangs, that was a lot of gangs in New York back in those days, and all the gangs basically turned into the gods, because the Father came and born this. You'll see in degrees where he's talking about the 9 born. The 9 born from each borough, came and taught what the Father gave them, and they taught us, and then we in turn teaching, and it elevated itself and manifested itself. And that's what you show and prove when you build. And also when you taking through the day's mathematics, that's building. Like today's mathematics is understanding. So I would say, well, I see today's mathematics as understanding. That's universal now divine equality, rules, save, truth, Allah now divine, I now God, only going to show and prove itself as being knowledge, power, refinement. Cipher, that's going to show and prove itself as being knowledge, power, or refinement, which is going to show and prove itself as being equality. You know what I'm saying? So that's just adding on. I took that through mathematics. You're going to understand that later on. You know what I'm saying? Just right now what you need to do is try to get the quotation down. Get the quote in your lessons, so it's changing the psychic in your mind with the devil that already changed inside of us when the devil had a hold of us in the times of slavery and the times of him controlling the original people, as far as prisoners of war and MIAs, the missing in action people, and things of that nature, shit like that. That's why the Father got us quoting it. Also, if the devil get a hold of you and put you in this penal institution, you got the lessons in your head. A lot of times they don't want to let the guards have their degrees when they in the institutions and stuff like that. Not to say that you're going to get into that, because, we dealing with positive. But you could be in positive manifestation, the devil still run up on you and grab you. So, I'm just saying that. Anyway, let me go to build or destroy. The universal builders are the gods who build unity of mind, unity of the mind and the nerve cells. That neurons and nerve endings, you can just do regular anatomy and physiology and do the knowledge to that. Any good set of encyclopedias, any good set of encyclopedias will help you born that. Let me see if we can get a good picture. Yeah, that light is on it now. Good. So any good set of encyclopedias, you know what I'm saying? If you look at some of the other lessons, you see a thesaurus, any of the other degrees that you can get your hands on, or some of the other videos that give you a better light on certain things, certain manifestations, you feel me? And then, okay, because we're running out of time, I didn't even know it was going to take this long, but born. Born is to give the God's own self, which Allah did when born, the supreme maturity of a divine idea. That divine idea was the knowledge of your what? Self. I itself, self is true reality, son of man, God. Or I itself, self is true reality, daughter of woman is earth. You feel me? Which is the thought in the mind. So knowledge of the born was made manifest mentally first, then in a what? Physical sense. Then you got, this is self-completion of beginning to end. Now, God's life did not start at the beginning nor have an ending. That was what was created between Alpha and Omega, or when you got Alpha, A, Ox, and the Tau, TH. That's just showing and proving Hebrew alphabets. Alpha and Omega is Greek. Alpha and Omega. Hebrew would have been the Tau cross, or TH and A, Alpha. That's all that is. It ain't really no high science. It's like saying from A to Z, or from Allah to zigzag zig, from Alpha to Omega, from knowledge to born, and from born back to knowledge. That's that wisdom manifesting itself and it's flowing. Feel me? And then the original man is the only one to go from knowledge to born. See, I just went right back into that. The original man is the only one to go from knowledge to born without going through the womb of the earth. Knowledge of born was made manifest mentally first, then in the physical sense. That's the quotation. Once you quoting that, then I'm gonna give you the understanding to that. You're gonna get the understanding of that later. You're gonna get your mathematics, and you're gonna get your alphabets, and you're gonna get your 12 Jews. Usually though, they give you the 12 Jews last. So I'm gonna say peace with that, because you usually get mathematics, alphabets, 120, and then you get your 12 Jews. With that, I'm gonna say peace.